Greetings RC fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Sharky's Garage for this episode 2 of Big Blue, and I have got a lot to talk about today. It's come back from Wayne at Crawlstock, having had custom bumpers done. I've got a load of trail stuff here, and I've also been sent a gift from Gareth Curtis at GCRC in conjunction with Mark Byatt to fit to the front some nice brass steering components to increase the front end weight. So, not sure whether this will be a whole video of itself or whether this will just be the intro for the East video. We'll see how we go. Before we get into the main part of the video, don't forget to do the usual things like comment and subscribe. Right folks, we've got an awful lot to talk through with you today. I've also been talking to David at Scale Overland because I want his advice on the scale features that I'm going to add to this, because obviously this truck has multiple purposes. It is a Class 1 competition build, or a UK1 competition build, but it is also a scale trail rig. And David is a master of scale, so I wanted his advice on it. He's going to help me at East. I've pulled all the bits and pieces out here. We'll look through all of those in a minute. We're going to look through the fantastic work that has been done by Wayne at Crawlstock. That was as a result of a voucher that I won last year at SST, or from SST. Wayne has also sponsored this. He's given me some stickers, so I've already put one of those on. You can see there's another one of them just there. He also did a little bit of fettling on this rig. Also in today's episode, we have these lovely brass Treal parts, which is front end steering knuckles and attachments. I've got to work out how to fit those because after watching episode 1, Gareth Curtis at GCRC sat and watched it with Paul John, and they both thought that we needed some more front end weight. They spoke to Mark Byatt and he agreed that we did. So as a result of that, these have been sent out to me to help me with that, which will be fantastic. So I need to work out how to fit those. I also need to make a decision because obviously we've got the competition wheels on, but I've got these lovely 5-lug scale ones, which I am going to fit for trailing. But I need to reach the decision today whether I am going to do the next video as a trail video at East, or whether I'm going to use it as a comp video at East. I think my way my gut is going at the minute is that I'm going to trail it at East, maybe switch over and run it in the comp, but not video that for you guys to give me some practice, because I need some practice with this in a comp situation, and the charity comp format where you pay £10 for 3 goes. And that can be 3 goes on class 1, or that can be 1 go on class 1 and 2 goes on class 2, or 1 go on class 1, 1 go on class 2, 1 go on class 3. It's all based on tyre size with the charity comps. So yes, I will probably have a go at that. I probably won't film that East, but I will then take Optimus Blue and I will film Optimus Blue in the comp side of things there. Now, not quite sure how to crack on with the rest of this. I think what I'm going to do is, because I've had it on wide angle to get everything in here, is pull it round and we'll go over the stuff from Wayne at Crawlstock. Then I'll fit the brass knuckles. Then I'll fit the tyres and stuff like that and get it ready for East, and what scale bits I am going to put on that I know I'm going to put on. So that's how we're going to do it. Next section will be the bumpers from Wayne at Crawlstock. Right then, let's have a look at Wayne's work, and believe you me, it's stunning. I'm going to start off with the body on, and then I'm going to take the body off. Okay, you know, massive thanks to Wayne. He has done some amazing work, and I really love it. So, he says moving it forward because I've hit it on the side there. See here, the beautiful front bumper. You can see some of the coloration from the heat on it. And this is obviously mounted onto the chassis rails to comply with the UK1 comp regulations. And if we go all the way around, I need to tilt you down on the back here. You can see we've got the rear bumper tucked in at the back here, nicely tucked. And Wayne has, at my request, created a 3D printed bumper mount for a tow hitch, which I won't run in comp, but I also have a different hitch to run it, a more military style hitch that I need to try and work out how to put together, because that will look better on the back there for trailing. But let's take the body off, and then I can show you the other stuff in more detail. Right, I can start with the rear, because you can see there I've put the Crawlstock on the back there, and this is the back end bumper area. So it extends out behind to extend beyond. The ends are sealed up on there, whereas the front ends are open. This mounts on two here, so it can be taken out. So for comp wise, I can take this out, which is then going to gain me the extra piece here. So you can see that it's dropping down quite a bit, considerably low. So for comping, I will take this off, taking these two out this side, two out that side, and that will then enable this 3D printed section to be dropped out. Just leave me with the legal rear bumper, and obviously giving me more ground clearance. On the front, the ends are not sealed up, but you've got beautiful sturdy there. It's not going to have any problems whatsoever. Oh, sorry, it wasn't on the screen. See there, it all fits and fits fantastically, nice and low, and all the rest of it. So thank you so much to Wayne for all of that. That is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. I really appreciate all the hard work, and you know, I can pick it up and carry it around by this, because that's how sturdy it is and how well attached it is to it all, as you can see. I spin it round on there. So that's that. Next thing I'm going to do is fit these. Right, next up, and this is going to be in a separate video because I'm already at like 8 minutes, so it's going to be quite long enough, will be to fit these onto the front. So I need to take the tyres off, and then need to undo these on the end here. I don't know whether you can see, it's difficult. Let's see if we can get you a better view in there. So yeah, undo these. I've got to be careful with the bearings in here, which need to be pushed into here. Take all of that off, and then I should be able to mount the new stuff too. Now you can see here it's got a bar that goes across onto the top of the axle here. That is this side one as opposed to that side one. So what I'm going to do, I will pause the video right now, and then I'll bring you back once I've got the wheels off, and I can show you a bit more down here. Right, I thought it'd be interesting to see. So It's the Treal Brass C-Hub carrier for the Element Enduro black, and those parts, I put this on, zero it right down there, let's check that is zeroed. With the hardware and the little bit of plastic is 58 grams. The bits for the other side, which is the front steering blocks or the knuckles, that's 177 grams. So altogether, that's 235 grams that weighs. Let's see if I can get you, see that? 235 grams. And then if I take that, I think it's that one off. Nope, this one off. 178 grams for that. £58 grams for that. So 235 grams for that lot. We'll see what the standard stuff weighs once we've pulled it off and we've put it on. I'm going to do this side first and then I'll do the other side. Another quick weight comparison because I'm switching this over into trail mode. So the comp tyres with the rims as they are at the moment, although I'm going to probably pick up some Treal rims to replace these at East, is 511 grams. Now switching over to the trailing wheels, and they're 875 grams, so considerably heavier, 875 grams. So I fit the tyre on the rear. I'm now going to pull this unit out of here, which if I take that one off and that one off, I should be able to free the whole lot out this way. Right, I've pulled the whole plastic housing out. This is the inner bearing from there. It's the outer bearing. Push those out. Going to use the two bearings. Reuse the two bearings. Going to reuse the drive shaft, the drive pin, the cup. Kept this as is. Have set this one up already. Have already put trail axe on. Now you have to be watching because there's multiple spline on here, so you can clock these. I believe it's clocked exactly as it was before, which is one above. I might need to adjust that down one because it might be straight. I don't know. I'm going to fiddle with that in a second off camera. But the next point is to press these bearings into here, which I'll do in a minute. So we'll get those pushed in, and once I've got those seated, I'll then put this back together and put this side on. Right, so the bearings fitted, I've put that through there. Then I need to marry this up into here. There we go, like that, and get that on there. And the next thing is to drop these in from the top, and then I'll turn it over and do the bottom one. Sorry. Drop this one in from the top. I was really nervous about doing this because wrenching is the one bit of this hobby I'm not very good at. So let's got that in, lined up, and then fix that in, and then I'll put the bottom one on, the top one on, I'll put the bottom one on, and then we'll connect the back bit up, and then we'll switch to the other side. So I've got it on, but I may have to take it all off again because I've got a bit of an issue. Because of the way that the brass is here, this was running underneath here, and on this one, okay, was running underneath there, no problem at all. On this one, the nut interferes and I can't get a nut on, and I can't get it to do it. The only way I can do it is to get it above. I'm just looking to see whether that's a smaller nut on this existing one, and that might solve the problem. I'll give that a try, but yeah, it's upgraded parts create upgraded challenges. Right, I've solved the problem. So if I put this on top of here, it hit the 3-link. What I've done is, it's got a big head, but the ones that were in here originally had got a smaller head, and that now just misses. So I'm going to do that on the other side, and that solved the problem. I'll come back to you once the other side's done. So on this side, I'm just going to take these two out the top of here, which will go straight into the top of the other one. I'm going to reverse this round on here, but I'm going to use a fresh lock nut on the top. I know it's not the best and it will drop out as opposed to the arm dropping, but I can't see another way of actually solving this solution with what I've got on my knowledge. I'm sure that the experts in the comment section will tell me exactly how I can fix this, and this is going to be a long video as it is, which is why this is definitely going to be a separate video. So yeah, we'll get you back when this is all done. Right, I've got it done. Hopefully it's okay. I might have to see if Mark can check it over for me. I'm not confident about it at all, but it's now working. I had to do the same there on the back as I did thingy by putting it through from underneath, putting the nut on the top to get it to clear. Didn't have to do that on the front though. The front is fine. It was just the rear. Got a few bits of leftover hardware from the Treal stuff. Only needed to use this and these. These are the two bits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh these two and this, and we'll see what that is comparison to the Treal stuff. Right, the front end's back on. The plastic stuff is on here, and that weighs out at 36 grams. The front, all the new stuff weighed 235, so basically it's 200 more grams on the front of the rig as a result of this upgrade. I will come back to you with the body scale stuff, the stuff that I know I'm doing, and then we'll... Right, as we go into the scale features section, I've already fitted the aerial in the appropriate way, drilled this body and done that. I'm going to do the hitch, I'm going to do these bits, I'm going to do that, I'm going to put the shovel on. These will eventually go on, but the rest of it I'm not doing anything with for now. I'll come back to you once all of that is on. An interesting factoid, weights wise, the brass front end has given us an extra 199 grams on the front, because the old plastic was 36. The new stuff was 235, so that's 199 grams. So in comp mode it'll be 199 grams heavier. The difference between the comp wheels of 511 and the trail wheels, so the comp wheels and the trail wheels are 875, the comp wheels are 511, which is 364. So the combination of the brass and the comp wheels means it's 363 grams heavier. So it's half a kilo heavier with the comp, with the trail wheels on and with the brass on than it was with at the start of the day. Right folks, many hours later, and Big Blue is now fully set up in trailing mode. I've changed this out for a more appropriate style of hitch, which is more military-esque. We took the red hook off and fitted the blue. We've got the red shackle off. We've got the blue one on there, and we've got the blue shackles, and we've also got the pulley point, so if we need to get a different angle to do it. Obviously the electrics aren't set up for the for that yet. It's now across onto the Landy scale wheels as opposed to these, which looks far more scale. And yeah, I'm ready for East. Well, that's it for today folks. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you all again next time.